My name is Jamal, and this is the hardest story I've ever had to tell. But I'm not sharing this because I want sympathy. I'm sharing it because someone out there might be going through their own darkness right now, and they need to know they're not alone. Before I begin, please like and subscribe to ANX Survive and Tell. This channel is dedicated to true, emotional survival stories told through powerful animation. Every story here is a voice that refused to be silenced. Every click, every comment helps spread hope to someone who might be just barely holding on. I was born in a small village outside Kisumu, Kenya. We had dusty roads, sugarcane fields, and a single water pump where kids gathered after school. Life wasn't perfect, but it was ours. My father, Musa, was the local school teacher. My mother, Amina, stayed home and raised the four of us. We had very little, but love filled the cracks. My siblings and I shared one bed, fought over who'd get the biggest piece of chapati, and danced barefoot during rainstorms. And me? I was the quiet one. I loved to draw. I'd carve pictures into the dirt with a stick or use charcoal on scrap paper. My father once said, "Maybe you'll be a great artist one day." I believed him. I still remember the storm that night. It was loud. The wind howled like it had something to say. My father had gone to town to attend a teachers' conference. He was supposed to return before sunset. He never did. There was a bus crash, over 40 passengers, only a few survivors. The rain had made the roads slick, and the brakes failed. I was 10 years old when I heard the words, "Your father didn't make it." My world split. The man who read me bedtime stories, who held my hand across flooded roads, was gone. And in that moment, a part of me disappeared too. After the funeral, everything felt heavier. My mother stopped cooking her famous lentils. She stopped smiling. She sat in the same chair every day, staring out the window. People visited. They brought food. They said, "Stay strong," but no one could fill the void. At night, I would cry quietly so no one would hear. I didn't want to make things worse. By the time I was 12, I knew more about grief than most adults. Just as we were starting to breathe again, tragedy struck once more. My mother collapsed in the kitchen. They said it was her heart, but I think it was her grief. She passed away 3 weeks later. 2 deaths in 2 years. My older brothers moved to Nairobi to find work. My 16-year-old sister, Fatuma, tried to care for me, but how could a child raise another child? We did what we could. I stopped drawing. I worked in the market, carrying sacks. We ate once a day, sometimes nothing. Still, we had each other. Until the day she disappeared. She left a note. "I'm sorry. I had to leave. I'll find you when I can." She never came back. At 14, I was on my own. No money, no family, no reason to wake up. I lived in an abandoned shed near the local church. Some nights, I'd sleep under trees, staring at the stars and wondering if my parents could see me. I started working at a welding shop, dangerous work for a kid, but I needed to eat. I burned my hands often. My clothes smelled like smoke and metal. My dreams of drawing? Forgotten. Survival didn't leave room for imagination. One afternoon, my boss sent me to deliver a signboard to a new art center in town. I walked in and froze. Paintings covered the walls, vivid, emotional, alive. A woman named Grace approached me. She said, "You like art?" I couldn't speak. I just nodded. She handed me a blank canvas and a brush. I hadn't held one in years. I painted in silence my grief, my loneliness, my memories. When I finished, she was crying. She said, "You're not just an artist, you're a storyteller." Grace helped me apply for a youth art scholarship in Nairobi. I got in. Moving to the city was terrifying. I had no clothes, no confidence, no voice. But I had a story. And I began to tell it through color, shape, and texture. In one of my first exhibitions, I displayed a series called Unheard Boys about the pain of boys who are told to stay strong while they silently fall apart. The response was overwhelming. For the first time, people saw me. Today, I'm 25. I teach art to young boys living in slums and shelters, boys like me who've lost, who've hurt, who think they have nothing left. I tell them, you don't need a loud voice to matter. Your pain has value. Your story is art. And I paint. Every brushstroke honors my father, my mother, and the boy who once slept in a shed and dared to dream again. If you're hurting right now, if you feel invisible, abandoned, or like the world forgot you, I see you. Pain doesn't make you weak. Survival doesn't mean you're done healing. Thank you for watching my story. Please like, share, and subscribe to ANX Survive and tell where we honor the strength it takes to keep going. Because someone out there is surviving just like you.